What's the most pathetic thing you've ever seen someone do to impress someone else? I work at a restaurant, and just last night we had a guy come in with his date, and he was extremely pleasant to serve the whole evening. He complimented the service, thanked me every time I came to check on the table, was forgiving of a kitchen mistake, and so on. He was also simply throwing money at his date, ordering her the most expensive wine, the most expensive dessert, and even one of every appetizer for her to sample. When their evening was done, I came over and asked them if they'll be paying together or separate, and she said separate. Well, as soon as she said this, he piped up and looked at her, asking her, "Are you kidding me?" He then took her chin with his index finger and thumb, saying, "You don't pay for stuff when you're around me, babe. You got it." He then took out his credit card, and while typing in his PIN, he made a big show of leaving a $100 tip on top of the $336 total. Thanked him profusely because this kind of tip is exceptional, but he just said there was no need to thank him. He then went on a rant about how underappreciated waitstaff are, all while looking at the girl the whole time and not giving me a single glance. I thanked him again and said I hoped to see them back soon, and he helped her into her coat and off they went. I was cheesing about my $100 when about 90 seconds later he came back in the door. He then walked up to me and without the slightest hint of embarrassment says, "Mark the tip down to $5, honey. I was playing it up for my date. You understand me," and turned around to go. Unfortunately, I couldn't make a scene in the middle of work, and so I said to him, "Okay, sir, you'd like to amend your tip from $100 to $5, is that correct?" He shot back extremely hostile, "Yes, and if I see a cent over, I'm going to dispute the whole meal with my credit vendor, so don't try me." He then angrily stormed out, and the most frustrating part of this for me wasn't actually the tip, but rather that this poor girl was being manipulated. I wanted to somehow let her know what had just happened, but sadly I couldn't do much. I was about to go on a smoke break just to clear my head, but then suddenly, something occurred to me and I darted outside hoping to catch them. Luckily for me, they'd parked on the street and he was dealing with the parking meter. I rushed across the street, and as I made it to his window, I tommed him loudly enough so his date would hear me. "I'm sorry, sir. We amended your tip from $100 down to $5 as you requested, but you'll actually need to fill out a different receipt for our records. Your old receipt still has your $100 tip on it, but you just came in and asked us to charge you $5, and we can't have a discrepancy in our records. I hope you understand. This is just bookkeeping regulation that goes above me." His jaw was on the floor when I said this. He tried to pretend he didn't know what I was talking about, saying, "I think you're after someone else," but I would not let it rest. The more he played dumb, the more I repeated versions of, "You wanted to change your tip from $100 down to $5. We went back and forth for about a minute when he finally went, "Okay, whatever. Sorry for the miscommunication. You need me to fill out a new receipt, I can." And so I responded, "You only need to fill out a new receipt if you want to change your tip from $100 down to $5. He gave me a look of pure hatred, grabbing the receipt of my hands and filling it in while murmuring to himself. His date was visibly shocked, and he was staring daggers through me. He drove off after filling in the receipt, and